Yeah, what's up guys, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to be breaking down the 10 trade rules, the latest rules that took effect from June 1st, 2025. Now before we proceed, I want to tell you guys that the consistency rule that we used to have is no longer there. All right, this is the PDF file. I might drop the link to this particular file below this video, so you check the link below this video, then in the description, then you can get access to this particular file or this um, website. Now over here you can see that the consistency rule is no longer there. So the consistency rule that people used to get scared of is no longer there, but there are other things they introduce into other things, other new rules that are introduced, all right, after this update that you might actually want to pay attention to. Now this is going to be a summary of the entire rules, then maybe in a separate video I'm going to explain some of them that need more explanation, especially the profits score. So but now one of the new things they brought into the instant forex account is now you have profit targets. Now this simply means that you need to make up to 10% of any account before you can get payout. So if you make less than 10%, you are not eligible to request for withdrawal. So you must make up to 10% to make withdrawals from that particular account. So as you can see, each account over here, from the 1k account all the way to the 500k account, you need to make up to 10% before you can request for withdrawal. Now the daily drawdown still remains 6%, all right, on the 1k accounts, and every other account still remain the same. The 500k still remain 3%. Now overall drawdown, as you can see, still remain 9%, 9%, 8%, just as it has always been. Now one other thing they also introduced after removing the consistency rule is the introduction of lot size, the minimum and the maximum amounts of lot size. Now the minimum lot size in a 1k account is 0.1. Alright, the maximum is 0.01, then the maximum is 0.1. Now 3k is 0.5. So what it simply means is that, let's say for example, on a 3k account, you cannot at a go, you cannot enter less than 0.5. All right, if you enter less than 0.5, then you violated this particular rule. Now on the 10k account, you can use less than 0.1 0.1 lot size, all right, at a go. Now another thing you also need to pay attention to is the allowed lot size increment. So what it simply means is that let's say for example on the 3k account, right, you entered 0.05. Now let's say in your next trade you want to increase your lot size, all right. Now you know that there's no longer any consistency rule, but let's say for example you want to increase your lot size, you cannot move from you trading 0.05 yesterday then trading 0.2. No, you can only increase the amounts of lot size that you used before by 0.05. So what this simply means is that you can increase it from 0.05, then you can only add 0.05 to that your first 0.05, giving you 0.1. All right, then if you want to increase it again, you now add another 0.05, making it 0.15, then 0.2, so on and so forth. So you increase it, your increments, all right, in terms of 3k accounts should be divisible by 0.05. In the 1k account, let's say for example you start trading with 0.01, you want to increase it, you cannot just go from 0.01 to 0.03. For example, you need to increase it by 0.0. So it's the same thing, different figures, the same system with every other account. So that's basically what that allowed lot size increment simply mean. Now this is the minimum lot size you can use for indices, like if you're trading Nasdaq or S&P, you can only use one to five lot size if you're trading a 1k account. So that is that. Then here you have maximum open position. So at a go, you can't have more than five positions. All right, so if you open more than five positions, let's say for example you normally stack your trades, if you have more than five positions, you already violated this particular rule. Now the minimum amount of days you need to trade after making your 10% for you to request for payouts is 5 days, which is still kind of standard anyways. Now the consistency rule, as you can see over here, has been scrapped from every single account. From the 1k to the 500k, there's no longer consistency rule. Now over here, this is the profit score. Now this will need another separate video, but let me just explain it to you. So what this simply means is that, let's say for example, in a trading day, you cannot make more than 25% of the 10% of this account. Now, let me use the 1k account for example. Now, the maximum amount you should target, all right, that you will make for the minimum and the maximum that you can make and we request payouts from at a go is 10%, which is $100, as you can see somewhere around this area. So as you can see, they now have profits cap payouts over here. So if you make, let's say for example, you make $150 on a 1k account, you are only eligible to make withdrawal from $100. So they will give you 70, then collect 30. The other one is going to be script, and your account is going to be reset back to 1k. Then you start trading all over again. Now, what does this profit score mean? Now, out of this $100, right, which is your profit cap, or which is the amount 10% target, you should not make more than 25%. Now, 25% of $100 is $25. So what this simply means is that in a single day, right, your profit should not be more than $25. And in a single trade, all right, your profit should not be more than $25. So what this simply means is that if, let's say for example, you are targeting $100, of which you should be targeting in a 1k account, right? Let's say you should try and make, let's say, around anything below $25. Because if, let's say for example, day one you make um $30, for example, day two you make 25, day three you make 25, day four you make 25, you have like $115. Now, in as much as you've meet the 10% target, your profit score is already above 25% of that $100. All right, I'm going to make a separate video about this separately, but what it simply means in summary is that you should not make more than 25% of your targeting of that particular account, or 10% of that particular account in a single trade or in a single day. All right, so I'll make more video, make another separate video that will give more details about the profit score. Right, because this is where many people are going to lose their accounts or get denied in terms of payout. So you need to subscribe to this channel so that when I post this video about this 25% profit score, you understand it better. But if you're already used to consistency rule and stuff like that, you know, funded accounts, then this profit score will be something very easy for you to understand. But if you are new to it, just subscribe to this channel. I'm going to make a separate video about it. Now, as you can see over here, I already talked about this one. Now they have a profit cap, which simply means that you cannot, like, if you make $200 on top of a 1k account, you are still going to be paid based on $100, and the other ones is just going to be, reset back into zero. Then you start trading all over again. That doesn't mean that they're going to take away the account, no, but you're only going to be paid out of the $100. All right. Now, trading period is unlimited. There is no time limit to hit your 10% or whatever. All right. Then the leverage here still remain the same, and registration fee or the subscription fee or the amount you buy these accounts, the standard accounts, still remain the same. So that is basically the some of the new rules of the TenTrade instant wallet account. So if you have any question, drop in the comment section. And like I said, I'm making other videos, other separate videos about some of these rules to explain them better, especially this profit score. All right. Take care, guys, and to have a lovely trading week ahead. Bye.